Thanks, Shivra. That's actually a very fantastic question. Before I just give you a very theoretical answer for that, actually I want to like draw some experience from my some of the customer interactions and that some of the engagement. What are the pain points they do face after the COVID? Okay, exactly speaking, and how are the ways they want to like overcome the challenges, right? Um, I don't want to like sit into the ServiceNow context, but in a general context, right? So to have that supply chain to be more efficient, so first of all, we need to have the connected, agile, and more resilient supply systems need to be there, either in terms of supplier collaboration or any sort of like inventory process or just dispatching process. All we need to have this three-step process, which is visibility, traceability, and interoperability, right? If we talk about the visibility part, you need to have the transparency across the different multiple party systems, just transferring the goods from point A to point B. What sort of the status it is? Either it could be the consignment has been just arrived at certain point, or it is in the level of doing the formal process, all the recording things, or it could be dispatched already. And secondly, the traceability part of it, it actually you need to know, for example, if a manufacturing company wants some sort of like widgets, that's going to be their ingredients for doing some finished product, right? So you need to know that the inventory or the shipment has to be on time. It has to be delivered to the manufacturing company. Unless otherwise they can't meet the timeline to deliver the goods to their customers, right? So that's become a bottleneck. So for that, how you can trace from point A to point B and point B to point C, right? With all the connected supply chain mechanism. And lastly, so this is a multi-party ecosystem, right? You need to have the interoperability and connectivity to bridge all the different systems in silo within a one single platform that acts as a bridge across these different platforms. That is where you can come to know where is the supplier, what sort of the procedures, standard operating procedures they do have, and what are the issues they are facing, and how can you just get rid of it. To still more add some point to that, right? There are some of the governance process we adapted and we just implemented for one of our the brewery manufacturing company in EMEA region, and that works well, right, with the connected supply chain ecosystem. So those three governance processes are like optimize the supplier lifecycle end-to-end supplier lifecycle management by improving the collaboration communication with your suppliers and quickly onboard, resolve issues, and approve changes, right? So this is where actually you can fastly react and get the bottleneck out of it. If for any obstacles, how you can overcome that. That's the first step of government. Secondly, the entire supplier risk management has a lot of compliance risks, and also the it is big or vulnerable the industry, right? Because you need to ensure that suppliers are in compliance with the government and corporate policies and regulations, and identify they are actually don't have any sort of like the audit trial in terms of like having any issues with their the identity management, or probably what is their the previous the delivery performance that they've been performed. All these things can be just included as part of the risk assessment process. And thirdly, how you can streamline the supply chain operations, right? So that is where actually you can identify any sort of blockers that actually hindering the process, how you know in a real time and act accordingly to just how to overcome the challenges in terms of like having any sort of exceptions, tracking and collaboration, they taking the corrective actions and incident management, right? So this is how an entire supply chain process that we adapted to this particular EMEA customer and make it works. And with that, actually, we can see improvement of 43% of the data quality improvement, and also in terms of like having these means like delivery performance has been improved by 13%, and last but not least, actually the overall the logistics process has been just reduced to 10%.